we are out here, kind of not downtown Parker, but kind of close to downtown Parker. Wednesday, April 29th, 2020. A resident was taking pictures of a helicopter with a new camera. I'm breaking in. I was in the parking lot of a building up for lease and at Best Buy. I heard the helicopter and Air Life medical chopper, and I decided to see if I could get a picture with the camera and see what it looked like. I came home and downloaded the pictures from the camera later that night. I did not get a chance to look at the picture until this morning on May 1st, 2020. At approximately 1:30 p.m. when I opened the picture file, I got goosebumps and my hair stood up on my arm when I noticed the shape that appeared above the helicopter. I now completely believe in UFOs and do not know what it was, and I'm very interested in having someone tell me what they could be. With the coronavirus, I'm questioning in my mind if they may be of some connection to it and the safety of my family. I was also questioning my mental state due to seeing this type of thing. I am a professional photographer and the photo is as real as it gets and has not been tampered with in any manner. I would take a polygraph. Yeah, my thoughts on this is sometimes when you're taking photos, you could potentially catch something that you're not really expecting, whether it's like any other type of cryptid or some sort of aerial phenomenons that happen. But yeah, if you see other aerial phenomenons, like sometimes they're unexpecting it and you're unexpecting it, and you can actually get glimpses of stuff that you're not prepared for. But also a good find. So now we are kind of close towards where the library is, a little bit further down the road than the library. But this one happened on April 28th of 2020. So this one says that an unknown orbs resembling some sort of insects appear to be multidimensional entities that appear and disappear at will, routinely observing, entering, and exiting residential homes on a daily/nightly basis, also observable in home. This one's kind of fascinating because they're not super known, but like there are some insectoid beings that have been spotted by some observers or have been more mentioned about or theorized about. But it's quite fascinating that it was seen in this residential area, kind of like near where we are, and it was happening on a daily and nightly basis. Like, that stuff is kind of interesting, and it brings question if there was a specific person that these beings were being in contact with, or like were contacting, I should say, or if they were just inspecting and just seeing, I don't know, this specific area for some reason, or is like a hotspot for something. One will never know, unless some of the residents wants to talk about it. But other than that, this one is kind of fascinating because this one involves like orb-like beings or like shaped beings. Alright, so for the third and final one for the Parker, kind of outside of Parker quite a ways, but still in that same general region. But on Wednesday the 11th, March of 2020, the person states that I was smoking a cigarette around 9:30 p.m. on 3/11/2020 when I saw a bright light over Denver. Took a video and had my wife and son observe. We thought it was a planet, stayed in one place for approximately 1 hour, and then moved west towards the mountains. So this one was a pretty quick sighting, but again, we are pretty far out in the country, well, away from big city lights, essentially. You could probably see it on the horizon once it gets a little bit darker here, but they actually happen like kind of right out, or like the marker on the site we are using for these sightings shows that it's like kind of right over there. Doesn't really have a good spot to kind of stop and look at stuff, so be very careful if you do come out these ways. It is an interesting sighting because, I mean, even right now we can see the moon, and out here you can see a lot more bright lights. Denver is off in that area, so you can assume it's off that way, or you never know. But these are always fascinating, and I look forward to bringing you more of these. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Weekly Abductions. This was the Parker sightings, and there are many, many more that I can do here in Colorado. If you want to check out more from Cool's Paranormal, click that link right up over here. If you want to see more weekly abduction sightings, click that link right over here. And switch that notification bell for personalized to all if you want to be notified on all of the upcoming videos.